Okay, so we are going to do a screen share for uh, a test patient for a new musculoskeletal visit. So I'm going to use, for the heck of it, my test patient, which is patient test 9. Okay, this is somebody that I use for different kind of examples. There's stuff in there that doesn't necessarily kind of apply, but just to show you where patients fill out their paperwork, they go to our website, go to patient forms, and then these are the forms they fill out. And they'll fill out this chief complaint form, which you'll see will kind of populate this way. This will get sent via an email into, you hear us talking about Cognito. And then that will end up being printed and then entered into the administrative tab in the EHR for that particular patient. And I believe the route sheets also have a copy of this as well. So this is information that once that's been uploaded into the system, you have access to it, and you can start to pre-fill that that information in. This is what it looks like when it's printed up. And you can see my patient that I filled this out. It has a pain in the left heel. And it's been present in the left foot for 3 weeks. It's on the bottom of the heel, started gradually. And you can see the information here, that the symptoms, pain is sharp and intermittent, meaning it comes and goes. This is a little confusing. The overall pain level, 1 to 10. In the morning, it's 8, and the day is 6. What we're looking for typically in the form is how bad it is and what's the worst it is. So in this case, you'll see in the form, it'll be 8 will be the answer. There's no injury. There was a change in activity, started running about a month ago. No change in shoes, moderate time on feet, treated with ice and over-the-counter medication. Treatment was helpful was Advil, meaning that the over-the-counter medication was likely an anti-inflammatory like Advil. And overall, there's been no change. And this tells us the patient's goals. They want to eliminate pain. They want to exercise without pain, stand and walk without pain, return to activities. Just gives us an idea of what the patient's looking for in terms of what they hope to gain in with regards to help from us. So you'll typically go into the dashboard for that day, and you'll click on the time of that patient. Now, I'm actually kind of going to go back over here to the patient number 9, because I don't have them on our schedule. So we're just getting to it by clicking on encounter, finding, I had made this test on, some time ago, but we're going to use this to input information. So we're going to click that. So you will normally come in and go to APG tab, and we're going to use the musculoskeletal new tab. If it was derm like a nail, we would do derm new. And there's a multiple complaint form that I've been working on here, but right now we'll just use the musculoskeletal new. We know that the patient's coming in with left heel pain. Specifically, they said the left bottom of the heel. So we can go here and say that they're complaining of pain to the bottom of the heel. Okay. This over here, just so you know what's there, it says ankle. So you can see there's a blank, there are choices that are underneath this. It's not the right, it's the left. So I'm going to say the left heel is the location. We specify more. If they're with another family member, if they're with their spouse or somebody, you can put that there. Likewise, if you know the physician's name, you can put it there. It's always good to know. Also, if they were referred by the physician. So duration of symptoms, they said 3 weeks. So you can put down either a few weeks, or you can put down 3 weeks. The 3 weeks is more important. So you don't have to click that. You could leave that blank also too. Onset, they said, was gradual. Okay. Duration of symptom, we had that actually. Onset gradual. No injury date. Nature of pain, they said, was sharp, and that it was intermittent. It also does say over here, you've got options that say the patient did say few steps in the morning, first steps after being on the feet for a while, also with extended standing, also with being barefoot, as they said too. But there's places you could put that later. Pain level at worst, it said in the morning before, the worst number was 8. So we put that, we're going to leave that alone. There's no additional symptoms reported, none of that. So we'll leave that blank. Of course, the patient said was roughly staying the same. They did say that it was aggravated by standing. They said it was aggravated by running. So we're going to specify running. And also, I think the patient also said that it's also worsened by, what was it? See, I don't remember. It was walking, standing and walking barefoot. That's significant. So running, standing and walking barefoot. Okay. Treatment tried. They said they start icing. They took an over-the-counter medication, which we know to be an anti-inflammatory, because they were doing this on their own. It wasn't given by a doctor, and they mentioned Advil helped. Okay. They didn't say whether it helped or not. You can just say Advil as a clarification for that anti-inflammatory. We don't know anything about orthotics. We know that the patient does do running and that they relatively started running. So I'm going to say recreationally. We can even say that they're a recreational runner down here. When they're more serious, if they've been training, if they say I'm a runner, you can ask them roughly how many miles per week do they run, do they do long runs or short runs, or what's the kind of runs that they have, and then any other concerns that they have. If it starts going into something that's more specific with regards to dermatological, then I would start a new derm complaint. First, save this. Always save. If you get off of the screen without saving it, have to start all over again. And now you see it's checked off over here. If you had to add a derm, you would just go to derm new and start filling that out. But we're not doing any of that. So we're back in the musculoskeletal. If there's any additional information, you could put things under additional details over here too. If there's anything, any other additional information, like you can even put down, they just started a new job or something along those lines, if it's relevant, where they stand on their feet more. Anyway, that's it. So you see all these empty blanks and things around here. If you click encounter after saving, it'll show you how it looks if you would kind of print out the encounter, and it leaves all the things that you left blank not there. So you don't have a bunch of empty spaces. So we've got pain to the bottom of the heel. It's on the left heel, present 3 weeks. It's gradual onset, sharp intermittent, present when standing, first few steps in the morning, first few steps after being off the feet for a while. Pain at worst is an 8 out of 10. This out of 10 is if we put something in for average. And again, I don't really need that. I need the worst. Course, stable, staying the same. Aggravated by exercise, let's type it's running. Also standing and walking barefoot. Treated with ice and anti-inflammatories, which were done on their own, and Advil helped. Patient runs recreational, and they're a recreational runner. This is all information that would have been entered in the medical history and medication list. It will populate in here too. And this is where the other stuff will show up. Again, some of this is here from things that I've done previously in this test patient, but that's what the chief complaint looks like. So that's all involved. Make sure you save it. Okay. If you needed to get back to this to edit because you realize, oh, I forgot something, click the S, chief complaint, APG, musculoskeletal, and then you're back in. And then any change that you make, always here or here, press save, and then you don't lose your work. And that's it. That's what's involved with doing a musculoskeletal new patient. Let's see if I can stop this.